The World Builder's Journal, Episode 15. All right. We're going over questions 71 through 75 today. Question 71. Write a story about your ancestors that has been passed down through generations. How has this story affected you? Do you fight to honor it or to break free? So I think this might be more important for an elf or a dwarf rather than anyone else, unless unless you have a really compelling story to tell. And I maybe wouldn't ask all the characters this question, and this should definitely be like a session 0 thing, because this is something that's going to affect the role playability of the character. All right. 72. Describe your first lethal fight as an adventurer. What went through your head as you battled your enemies? So for me, this suggests that you should give this character a little more starting experience, and definitely have this character be one of the few that are not. This is a session 0 question. They had a struggle in which they survived. That's worth XP. And I mean, maybe not make it a whole lot, but maybe they level up a session ahead of everybody else for 2 or 3 levels. Not much, but just enough to be like, okay, yeah, you do have some experience under your belt. But definitely not a character that's going to be experiencing their first combat in the game. 73. Imagine you have an apprentice or squire who follows under your tutelage. What wisdom will you pass on to them? I would suggest asking this question around probably level 7, maybe, like between levels 5 and 7, because you have experience, and oh, you're this town's hero. Can my kids study under you? Those questions sort of pop up. So you might want to pull somebody to the side and be like, hey, you're the best swordsman I've ever seen. Can you teach my son? Hey, you're the best alchemist I've ever seen. Could you teach my daughter? Hey, you're the best bard I've ever laid eyes on. Could you teach me a thing or two? And then you're like, wait, what? Okay. 74. You will be possessed by the spirit of the next enemy you slay, and they will follow you along as an audience to your adventures. How does this change the way your character maneuvers through their world? Oh, so good. This would be an interesting one for. I'm going to say any character class, and if somebody doesn't have something special at that point, like the next person they kill, give them this, and like write yourself an index card, and then maybe have them have some sort of empathetic or empathic, I don't know, some sort of connection to you. So if you feel pain, somehow they get a jolt too. So they might give you an additional bonus, magical bonus to your dexterity, or your overall armor class or something. That way they're like, oh god, don't get hit, not again, no. Okay, so that's a pretty cool question. Question 75. You have a paranoid suspicion of someone in your party. Who is it and what is the suspicion? So, after you've been together for at least a couple adventures, it maybe introduce this concept to somebody that already has something special about them. And maybe that could help that relationship flourish. But definitely make sure the other player character knows to act in a certain way. Talk to them separately. You are not actually there. You're the game master. All right. So that's the 75th question. Starting with episode 16, I think I'm going to move on to doing 10 questions. I'm going to see how this goes, see how long it takes. All right. Kyber 1 out.